and how it's really the collective intelligence. It's not the average intelligence of a group that predicts the results, correct?
Yeah, this is fascinating to me, right? So Anita Williams-Woolley and in true Anita Williams-Woolley form, a host of different collaborators, depending on the study and the paper, right? They coined this term collective intelligence. What she essentially found was that if you looked at the general intelligence, the IQ of individual people, and then you looked and gave all of these different teams that you randomly assigned tasks, two really weird things. Number one, you couldn't just like take the average IQ of all the different people and predict anything. So there wasn't like a average intelligence. I mean, there was because there's a raw average, but it didn't predict anything. And then the second is that the people who performed well in one task, let's say a highly creative task, also performed well in a highly analytical task or a highly logical task. And the reason was what she called they tapped into a collective intelligence, an intelligence that actually exceeded the average IQ of the individuals because they were able to get everyone's perspectives out. They were able to actually tap into the knowledge behind each team. Now, the interesting thing then is what predicts collective intelligence, and this is where the research gets really fun. The number one thing, and they don't often share this, but I'll let you in on the secret. The number one thing that actually predicted the success or failure of these teams in her research was the percentage of women on the team. Like,
Wow.
so, if you take away nothing else from the podcast, like, yeah, we need to hire more women onto this team. Now, there's an explanation for that, which is, and obviously genders overlap and what have you in terms of abilities and skills. But in general, women tend to score higher on what's called social sensitivity. They tend to allow for more conversational turn taking. They tend to be able to read the emotions behind someone's words better. And all of that builds into that empathy piece we were talking about and is what allows people to have collective intelligence. So if you got like way too many men or a room full of men in your team, doesn't matter. There's still hope for you. You just need to develop social sensitivity. It just so happens that one gender is better than the other at developing this sense of social sensitivity.